Now, before I even start this, I've got to have a bit of a disclaimer. Much of this information is what we've gathered ourselves. The written rules are not so clear yet. So I'm speaking from experience, what we've had to deal with. I'm not saying everything here is factually correct or will be correct in a year's time. This is in a state of flux. So let's just talk about solar supplies and backup systems. Now, I hope I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. We want to have a look at why solar is dangerous. So let's see if this thing starts automatically. Okay.
This is a brief demonstration showing the intensity of arc.
I'm switching the sound off. I'll just explain it. Just 4 panels. Now, solar systems on roofs have much more. Okay, so whatever you see here is magnified by the number of panels that you get. So they're just taking the 2 cables, positive and negative. They're supposed to be red and black. And that's what happens when you bring them in contact. It's a welding machine. It's like, have you ever put terminals across a car battery? It will weld them together. Okay, so that's what happens, and that's why it's so dangerous. That doesn't trip a circuit breaker. Like if you had a fault on the normal AC or alternate current side of your property after your distribution board, you touch live and neutral, boom, circuit breaker comes down. Even on the old fuse boards, the fuse will blow. There's nothing to blow that. Okay. So then with that in mind, this is a photograph from a property in Hout Bay where a proper solar company did this installation. What? It's coming. It's live, it's live. This is just proving that it's live. So this picture's the wrong way around. I couldn't fit it in properly the other way. Those are the roof tiles, and those are the cables coming from the panels through the roof tiles. Can you imagine those tiles cutting into the cables? Earth wires there, but what do you notice about them? They're all black. How do you know which one is positive and which one is negative? Okay. Then we follow that cable. It then goes into a conduit very nicely. It should have been in a conduit as it came through there. And we lift up some of the insulation, because they've got green insulation in the roof, and that's what you find. Now imagine a plumber walking over those cables, creating the tiniest little nick in the cable, and now you've got arcing happening up against your beams in the roof. It's a fire hazard, okay? And then we get some guys that like to do their own solar systems. And then you see this kind of stuff on the roof. The panels are just glued down with silicone or Segamestic. These connector blocks are not rated for this purpose. They're just lying straight on the roof. Now, I've seen this in Simonstown and False Bay. I don't know who's doing them. Panels directly on roof, not allowed. You've got to have ventilation. Some of these panels, you can actually see, if you look carefully, they've collapsed. You can see, it's a bit hard to tell on the picture, but the panels have half melted from the heat of the actual roof sheets underneath. Then the cables all just go over the edge. At least they're red and black. But look at this ingenuity here. Plumbing pipes for buzz bar. Okay. And then that goes down now to the inverter. So funny enough, we did an inspection on this house. Very difficult seller. Fortunately, the attorney was fantastic. Very difficult seller. They kicked us off site because the quote was over 30K to solve just the solar side of it. You can see why. Got another company in. Company came and did the inspection, well-known company. Did the inspection, and then when they started working, the client said, are you going to fix the solar as well? And they were like, we didn't notice any solar. Okay. So then they got kicked off site and we got the whole job at the end. Okay. But how do you not see that, like when you're doing an inspection? And the inverter's next to the DB. I mean, so, okay. Dangerous setup. That's the point of these pictures, okay? And so many little solar companies popped up when all the load shedding happened. So Nick, who's normally with me, there's a tow truck driver whose kid is at the school with him. He started his own little solar company. Just YouTube, learned how to do it, and now he's putting in solar systems. Some electrician is just signing it off. Probably that same guy didn't know where the distribution board was that we came across. And we actually came across 3 houses in Claremont and Harfield Village, all signed off by the same electrician. So obviously, and he never goes to any of the sites.